Hello, FlossTube. It's Christy with Kinder Ramblings, and if you're new here, welcome. A very big welcome to you. And if you are returning, thanks for returning and seeing all the stuff I have this week to share with you. I appreciate it. It's been a week. It's been a good week. It's Read Across America week, and tomorrow will culminate with a fashion show. We have the children. I teach kindergarten. And I don't know if you know that or not, we have the children dress up as their favorite Dr. Seuss character. And my team and I, there are 7 of us. And so 6 of us are eggs and 1 person is the ham. We dress up as green eggs and ham and we always take our picture and it's really cute. We have felt eggs and green shirts and we always get into every dress up day. So it's fun. Today was pajama day for the sleep book. And so I have my Wake Me When It's the Weekend shirt and we have about 1 more day till the weekend, and it's going to be an exciting weekend because my niece, who we had the baby shower, I hosted the baby shower here. I used my house. They used my house. I didn't host it, but they used my house. She gets to go in tonight at midnight, and she's going to be induced. So that's exciting. Tomorrow, I'm going to leave work and head straight to the hospital, and hopefully, crossing fingers, I make it in time. If I have to leave work a little early, it'll be okay. But I do have to be there for the fashion show. So I have a lot of stuff to share this week. I have 2 FFOs, two. That's exciting. And then I have 1 whip and I have lots of stash enhancement and YoYo Progress. So that'll be all, you should see all this stuff. It looks like Hoarders Central. Anyway. First thing I want to show you is my finish for Happy Easter. I shared it last week. I have the link, and I'll try to put the link below, but on my last video, video 5, I shared the link to that site. It's a free pattern. I didn't have any of the called for colors except 1, so I just kind of went with what I could find. I'm a big proponent of use what you have, if you can. So this one is just Happy Easter in this little egg frame. And of course, my husband strikes again, not spalted wood. This is planks from our ceiling. So these are just 2 planks. There's a joint right here. We just glued together. He cut the egg shape out for me. I glued the Happy Easter inside there, and so it wouldn't be so heavy. I just put cardstock on the back, just scrapbook cardstock, and just hot glued it to the back, or glued it. I used tacky glue. I didn't hot glue that. And then I used hot glue this is just Stampin' Up, just canvas ribbon. And I made the little cross inside the button out of jute and then hot glued the button. And here we go. Cute little Easter decoration. And the free pattern has 2010 charted. I think it's 2010. So I had to chart my own 8, and I probably could have found one online, but I charted this. It's a 5 block, and so I just charted. I made 2 different 8s, and I liked this one the best. And so 2018, I think I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And this is just 28 count even weave, and it turned out really nice. I think looks cute. My second one, I showed y'all last week, finally finished. When we redid the pantry, my husband redid that while I was out of town on a girls' trip. He put sheet metal over our utility sink in our laundry room. And so with that leftover sheet metal, he was able to cut a pumpkin out for me for my Halloween. This is exciting. This is my sheet metal pumpkin. And of course I have just the Halloween I actually put this on a board instead of cardstock or mat board. It's an actual piece of wood. And then I made the ruffle and glued it behind. The Halloween is also on another board. And then I was able to put the tiny pom-pom trim around the outside. And of course I use magnets all the time in my classroom, and I was really happy to see that Priscilla uses magnets on her decorations too, because I stick everything to my steel door at work, and I just was able to just take this, can come off and on just like this, and then it pops right back. And I also put a magnet on the ribbon in case I get tired of this ribbon. There's a magnet on the back, I can just pop it here, or if I don't want it there, I can move it over here, you know, wherever after my stuff falls off. But anyway, so I'm going to put this back up here. And this is my FFO for Halloween. So cute. I think that I really like that. I think this is one of my favorites. Kind of can't see. It kind of shines and love those little button eyes. Adorable. So anyway, cute little trim. And the trim came in the kit. The trim and this awesome. This was like a dream to stitch on. 28, I think it's 28 count. It's dyed so beautifully. I love the modeling of the black. I couldn't have done better with my stamp pad. Just saying. Okay, so YoYo Progress. I needed to make 28 to stay on track, and I spent Sunday making yo-yos, and it really goes fast. Somebody asked me on the comments, and I'm not sure if I answered or not, but I'm using the extra large yo-yos from Clover, and it makes, I think they're 2 3/4. I say 2 3/4. The actual size of the yo-yo is, I think, 2 3/4. But the yo-yo makers, the extra large ones, I have 3 of them, and I do 3 at a time. So what I'll do is I'll cut the fabric, I'll put all 3 together, I'll sew all 3, and then I'll pop them out and pull them, tie them off, done, 3 at a time. So I do 3 at a time, and I had to make at least 28, and I have more than 28 in this bag. So here's my fancy Ziploc bag of 28, but love these. I've got some little polka dotted ones and stars. Remember, I'm making black and white hearts, black and white hearts, checkerboard, little black and white flowers, stripes, triangles, pretty much every black and white fabric I can find, I'm using for my black and white yo-yo quilt. So I am on track. Yay, that's good. Thank you for all the people who said, you can do it, you're crazy, you can do it, but you're crazy. That's okay, because I am crazy. I teach kindergarten. I have to be a little bit crazy. So here's my bag. There are more than 28 in here. So by next week, I need 56. By next week, I will have 56. I'm almost there. To stay on track. Remember, I needed 1,452, and that means I needed to make at least 112 a week. I went ahead and 112 a month. I went ahead and said 113 divided by 4, and so I'm on track. And with that, I need to show you some of the fabric that I picked up. Joann's had a really great sale on fat quarters. Now, I did not realize fat quarters used to be like $1. I haven't bought fabric in a long time, but they had them on sale for $1.25 maybe recently. Yeah, they're $2.50. Set them on sale for 50% off. So I went fat quarter crazy, and I bought just, you know, every little, yeah, I love red. I bought owls. Adorable. Look at this. Adorable. Some letters, because I'm a teacher. And zebra. Lots of black and white things. More red. All kinds of white. This, I don't know if you can see. This is a polka dotted white. And then a diamond white. 2 of those. And then this flower. You can barely see it. There we go. And then this like sunburst. Just dropped 1. More black and white. You're probably going to see these in my yo-yos. Lots of grays. Have I mentioned I like gray? More gray. Gray and white flowers. Adorable. Let me get the one I dropped. Always clean up your mess. And then this one, this is more of a grayish, light gray with white. So super cute. Gonna plan on adding that to my fabric stash for quilts and or yo-yos bought some red and white because we like Disney. And so this reminds me so much of Minnie Mouse. So this will show up somewhere, I'm sure. More fabric. This black and white. This black and white. This black and white. Yes. Are you tired of black and white? And this. Okay. And that's the black and white fabric. I do have to tell you something amazing. I don't know if you're aware or not, but Amazon has some good prices on fabric. And I was looking for black and white, of course, because I'm making a black and white yo-yo quilt. And I'm really impressed with, I ordered it. I'm thinking, you know, it's just gonna be yo-yos. It'll be okay if it's thin. I'm really impressed with the quality of this fabric. Now it's made in China. That's a big stamp right here. Made in China. But this is Misscrafts, Misscrafts, 7 pieces, and they're 19 by 7. And they come in this little plastic. It's like about $10. I thought that was pretty good. Maybe it's less. I think it may be $7.99. I don't know. I'll put the link below. These are not affiliate links. I don't get paid to promote Amazon Chinese fabric from China, but I'm telling you, this is some good stuff, especially for quilts. I have this little stripe is cute. All these are inside that package. I bought 2 of them. This is where a lot of the yo-yo quilt fabric came from. I've got the dots. It's got small dots, big dots, flowers, white with black dots. Really cute and not too thin. I mean, that's not bad for the price. So I'll put the link below for the Misscrafts fabric. I also bought from Amazon that cotton. I don't know if you've priced cotton thread lately, but it's not cheap. And so I bought shades of cotton thread from Amazon. These are cute. And then I also bought the quilting tones. These are lots of creams and blacks. And I could have opened it, but you know, I'll open it here. This is like an unboxing video. Just kidding. I am one day going to do a video about my favorites. I love those videos. You know, where people tell, I've learned about so many different products when people tell me their favorites videos. I think those are awesome. Or what's in my bag. I like those videos too. Anyway, these are cotton quilting thread, and here's black, and I mean reasonable, very reasonably priced. So especially when you go to Joann's and they want $5 for a one, they were about $10 for 5. That's pretty good. Also, Pervana, she said I needed one. Well, she didn't tell me I needed one. She said on her video. She doesn't know who I am. But anyway, look at this. Everybody needs a custom quarter. One day I'm going to make my own cording. I'll have to go back and rewatch her video how to use it, because if I remember correctly, she told the exact steps. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to follow that video. I'm going to make some cording, and you may see it on a finish here in the future. Okay, so working on the yo-yo quilt. Finished up the 2 cross stitch finishes that I had last week. They're finally finished. Still working on Jack's quilt that I'm working on. I showed the pattern last week. It's this one, Dancing Stars. I had 40 squares already made. I have made 40 more. These are the ones I showed last week with the 2 different, this has like little duck feet. Let me show. Sorry. Remember, each square is 2 lights, 2 darks. And the darks remain the same in the 40, and the lights kind of switch up between 5. So this one is like little, they look like little dogs, little Scotty dogs, but they're not. And these are little duck feet. Those were the last 40. This next 40 that are fully finished have the red with the little duck feet, and then this is the dark. It has more dark. And this is what I'm calling dark in these 40 squares. So there's 40 there. And then I'm working on the third set. So the third set are not completely done. The third set, here are the 80 triangles, which are going to go together to make 40. But in that set, it's going to be, this is the dark and this is the light. So they're going to go together just like this to make squares. So well, it'll look prettier than that. I do know how to quilt. Anyway, it'll look about like that. So those will be those 40. I can tell you that I have one more set after this set, but I can say I'm tired of triangles and I'm tired of pressing. Somebody on the comments said that they wanted to try a quilt. You can quilt. Anybody can quilt. No one's going to come and be the quilt police at your door. The very most important things to quilting is the cutting. Get yourself a rotary cutter, small and big. The pressing and the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Those are the 3 things I think are most important when you are piecing a quilt together or trying to make the top of the quilt. You can do it. Anybody can do it. So if you're on the fence about doing it, get you a pattern. There's plenty on the internet, easy patterns. Strip quilting is very easy to start with. I wouldn't start with 4 triangles being put together to make squares, but you can do it. Anybody can do it. So try it. You'll love it. It's addictive. There's a lot of people that are doing it now on FlossTube. So that's exciting. A whole lot of people who are a whole lot better than I am. Oh, I have this thread I wanted to show. This is what I'm using for the yo-yos, Americana quilt thread, like $1. But anyway, quilting thread is much more, it's coated, so it's much stronger, so you can pull it, and you don't want your thread to break after you go through all the trouble of in and out, and then you go to cinch this yo-yo and it breaks. There might be curse words or something. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, quilting thread. Okay, so I think it's the last thing. Boy, I hope it is. Oh, I did want to show you one thing. This is the coolest little gadget. As you can tell, I've made a purchase on Amazon recently for all this stuff, but things that I needed. This is called the purple thing, and that's not my accent. It's actually called the purple thing. Thank you for people who say they like my accent. I like yours too. Anyway, the purple thing, I don't know these people. It's by Lynn Graves, and it pushes and pokes and pulls and turns and stuffs and makes its own uses. And it's for your sewing machine, or you can use it to make, when you make your smalls, you can use it to poke out the corners. But this little handy thing comes in, I mean, it's invaluable when you are trying to, especially when I'm trying to put those, when I start sewing these triangles, I have to start sewing right here. Okay, and it's hard when you're threading it into the sewing machine not to get your fingers. I usually use a seam ripper, but this little thing has it. It just seems to grab the material. It's got that little hook on it on this side. On this side, it has, I don't know if you can see that, but it has got an awesome little, like one of those beauty blockers. You know how they hold their hand up? 1/4 inch, look at there. There's your seam allowance. This is for, I haven't gotten that hardcore yet, but this is for if you want to put it on a ribbon and wear it around your neck. I mean, you know, I haven't done that yet, but because I put it right there by my sewing machine. It stays on my sewing machine. It is handy. It's like $4.99. You might can find it cheaper, but this was on Amazon. And it says every quilter, crafter, seamstress needs one. And I'm telling you, I just ordered it. It was an add-on item, and I just thought, that looks handy. It's handy. Very handy little tool. I wish I'd have thought of that. She's probably sitting back not crafting because she's going on vacations with her money from her invention. Way to go, Lynn Graves. It's a cool little tool. Last thing is a whip that I just started, and I'm so proud of me because I always stitch in hand, but I showed this pattern one of my very first videos. It's Charles Wysocki, and it is a dimensions pattern. It's old, but that's okay because old is good. It's the Victorian Shops. And it came with 14 count Ada. I am still using Ada, but I switched out for 18 count. Nothing wrong with 14 count Ada. I just liked the 18 count better. It is on my new scroll frame, so I'm so excited. And if I didn't put it on correctly, don't tell me, because, you know, don't crush my dreams. But anyway, here is my start. Not much of one. Not much of a start, but I'm happy. I have a scroll frame. I stuck my needle in there. I'm missing a needle minder right now, but that's what I'm doing. So hopefully I'll get started on that. Finish my yo-yos. So those are my goals. I want to have more stitched on Charles Wysocki, and I love Ada. I just couldn't stitch it in hand. It's so stiff. I couldn't stitch it in hand, and there's so much bulk there that I just had to get something. So I got a scroll frame. So I really like it so far. Prop it up and just get to stitching. Haven't quite mastered the two-handed thing yet though. Okay, so I'm gonna work on more yo-yos, work on Jack's quilt, finish these last 40 squares, try to start piecing that together, and then start a little something. I always have to have something big something and something little something. So anyway, hope to see you next week. And we'll have a baby, a grandnephew by then, Hudson. Can't wait. And have a good week. I hope that your weekend is relaxing, and do everything that makes you happy. Talk to you later. Bye.